Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to the Great War Western Front, a new game out by Petroglyph Games, and it is a turn-based and real-time World War I war game. This is episode number 16 of our Let's Play series, and we have just taken Hazebrook, which is the hex adjacent to Calais. That's a big deal because Calais is the British capital in the game. Obviously not the actual capital, but it's the location that all of their supplies and troops and everything come into the continent. And so losing the channel ports was a major concern for the British throughout the war, whether it was 1914 or 1918 during the German offensives there. And so the game models this by giving a very big importance to Calais. And so we're going to try and take it. We took Hazebrook last turn, and this turn we are going to try and take Calais. Now it'll be a long process, just like Hazebrook was. It's a 4-star hex, which means you got to win 4 total victories or 4 sweeps on the map in order to take it from the enemy. So basically, you got to win 4 victories on a single map in order to actually win and take the hex. But we're going to try and take the 1st star down in today's episode. With that being said, this was taken from a live stream on my Twitch channel, so we're going to go ahead and jump back over to the live stream and go from there. Hope you guys enjoy. All right, so the enemy has 10 cores. We are fighting on virgin territory here, boys. Look, it's not a beat to health hex because we haven't fought here before, so not a lot of, not really any pockmarks on the battlefield. So that could be good or bad. These are pretty open fields. There's not a lot of cover. A couple of small lines of trees by the looks of it. Some intact towns by the looks of it. So here, I mean, I guess the question is, what do we do in this particular map? If we take the balloons and throw them up, I mean, even they don't, like, you gotta have them way forward to have any visibility on the enemy. Oh my God. I guess they might be able to see from there when the balloon gets raised. We're not on the defensive, so I don't think we're going to do a reinforced mortar net. All right, so we're going to put light artillery. All right, if we put it here based on these lines, I think it can support the offensive on the right and left. I'm going to start on the right flank at B. Okay, 3 batteries of light, 1 battery of heavy. This is a very concentrated location, so we're also going to put some defenses in front of it. Tear down some of these houses for our defenses. Right. We're also going to put an MG nest or 2. We have considerable supply. Then again, so does the enemy. Okay. Our assault is going to be on the right flank initially. Okay, so let's do 4 days. Actually, we can do up to 6 days of siege bombardment, which would be a lot of supply. Oh my God. 6 times 9 is actually more than I thought. So 4 days. Is it worth it? We do get more supply after we start. Let's do it. Fuck it. Always more. Always more. All right, so this is our assaulting force here on the right flank. "16 companies of assault troops." We'll put the slightly better troops in the center guarding these guns. We're going to slightly weaken the assault. Just so we can make sure we've got a more or less coherent front line. Okay. World War I could have been over so much faster if they just invested in siege artillery. You're goddamn right it could have been. So we have... Here's the one problem with this pre-battle bombardment plan. We've got a ridiculously good chance, 26% chance, that we will destroy enemy trenches. The problem is there's not that many of them, at least not right now. Although the enemy does have 10 cores, so I don't think we get to see what they've invested in until after we hit begin battle. So it's possible they have considerably more. All right. We're going to assault B first. So let's get going. All right, 2 comms trench, an MG nest, firing trench, 2 more comms trenches, another comms trench, another MG nest, another comms trench, and another MG nest. So we destroyed like 3 or 4 enemy MG nests. I'm okay with that. Our balloon is it up, really? And I still can't see Jack. Well, it's going to be hard to prepare the enemy trenches for bombardment then. They didn't really build that much. They did have some strange locations of some comms trenches. But I guess we just go. Front trench, go. Right.
Warten auf Befehle. Wir halten hier die Stellung. Einnehmen. Bereit machen.
Okay. Wow, that's funny. They have exactly enough trenches for me to take every single one of them. All right. The only problem is here is I don't know where to drop.
Wir haben neue Befehle.
I'm gonna switch these guys into column and just sprint them to their death.
Kolonne bilden.
This may be foolish because I won't have the line of sight to see where the bad guys are before we get shot to pieces. There's one of their balloons, so they're definitely going to see me coming. They haven't started shooting yet. Oh, there they are, definitely going to shoot. All right. MG nest there, so I've spotted one. All right, we're going to drop gas in the rear trenches to hopefully kick those guys out of there. MGs, this is not exactly the probably best offensive. Smoke should help. Gas did kick those guys out of their trenches at least. Alright, let's pause there. Oh, fuck. I can't actually, these guys aren't in range. Enemy tanks! Oh fuck. Oh fuck. They have tanks! Oh boy. Heavy Artie, I need you back. I need more heavy guns. Alright, let's... Oh my god, they're coming in like mad. Does a suppression barrage work against a tank? I don't know. We're gonna find out. I'm curious why they've got a morale bonus here. Give me the damn guns back. No, we're not doing gas. Let's... Okay, so this is like everything is coming in here. I know I didn't do balloon busting there. The reason I did that attack was to get the enemy air power off us, which we had seen. Why did these guys have a huge national morale bonus? All right, we're gonna get their tank at least. One of them in any event. I'm curious about these blue morale bonuses. I don't quite understand them. I need more heavy artillery based on what the hell they're doing. All right. Our reserves are coming up. Retake those trenches. More gas. More enemy tanks. So the rolling barrage does seem to do very little damage. Like, I can't put machine guns in the front lines, so... Like, after I take them. Oh boy.
Mannschaften bereit. Seid bereit, Jungs.
befohlen.
Bereit für Feuerbefehle.
Feuert auf diese Stellung.
Ladet Granaten für leichte Sperrfeuerladen. Feuerwalze einleiten.
Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit. Wir sind
Conscripts
aufgeschlossen und warten
forward.
auf Befehle. Die Arme hoch, Jungs.
Positionen vorbereiten.
This is what they call a meat grinder. Yes, I would agree with that.
Mannschaften bereit.
Koordinaten für Salve eingestellt.
Auf eingehende
Now we're gonna call
Feuerwalze
siege
vorbereiten.
bombardment in. Not that I love spending that much supply. Hopefully the enemy tank was in there when the hammer dropped. Probably not by the looks of it.
Warten auf Befehle.
Ladet sie nach. Feuerwalze klar machen. Positionen vorbereiten.
Bereit machen. Zurück nach hinten. Wir sind unterwegs. Wählt eure Ziele.
Oh my god. Ah! I think we're gonna lose this one, boys. I don't have gas, guys. I can't drop gas on them in the open. Artillery is more destructive. Remember, the only gas we have right now is technically tear gas.
Warten auf Befehle. Wählt eure Ziele. Zurück nach hinten.
Ah!
Haltet euch! Feuermänner! Feuer frei! Angriff! Laut! Wir sind verloren!
Ladet sie nach. Auf Feuerwalze.
Zurück nach hinten! Feuer!
We are losing men at an alarming rate. No shit. Ceasefire! Ceasefire!
Wir sind verloren!
Well, that did not go well. So we lost 3,300 conscripts, 1,800 basics, and 2,600 elite troops for a total of 5, 6, oh my god, 7, just shy of 8. I don't think we got quite to 8. Can I do math? 5, 6, 7. Yeah, just shy of 8. 7,800. The enemy lost over 5,000 troops. They also lost a light tank and a fighter. So that was a bad battle for us. You're lucky I can game the AI. What do you mean, Hauser? I called the assault off the second we knew it was doomed. That's not gaming. All right. Well, the good news is... What's the good news? I don't know what the good news is. Yeah, so the bad news is the enemy has tanks. I was so focused on getting to chlorine gas. Sort of, Hauser. I mean, like, it's not realistic that they would have been ready to take the hex. You know, they didn't have any supplies built up or whatever. Okay. So what do we need to do now? We are nowhere near getting tanks ourselves. How do you defend against tanks? Heavy artillery, maybe? Oh, bastards. Well, they did catch us by surprise, so that was accurate, I guess. So we can unlock chlorine gas next turn. I guess that's the good thing. I wonder, can grenades be used against tanks? Like, I don't know what the effective anti-tank strategy is in this game. Bombers, maybe. I don't know. Heavy artillery, probably. The next infantry tech gives us snipers. There's also elite troops, which I guess could be a route we go down. Strategy against tanks, run like hell. All right, we're not going to attack Calais again this turn. We are going to hold our position, I guess. And end the turn. We'll see what the enemy does. If I was them, I would launch a four-way attack on Ezebrook, but they didn't do that. And so now we have our long-awaited chlorine gas. What we do next, I don't know. If they don't have gas mask tech, though, then they're in some trouble. You'd think the AI would be like, he's using gas a lot. I should develop that tech. Assuming tanks are expensive. It's a rainy day in Calais. Do I think they were saving more for tanks? Well, here's the thing. To get tanks, which they have here, they also had to research all the way down this tech line to trench reinforcement and then bunkers. They also had to go down the storage shack, limited exchange. So they went down some similar directions that we did, but I mean, tanks are 5 research points. They're not cheap. I mean, it's raining. Do we dare try again? Let's fight here again. Hazebrook, once more. Deployment in Britain. What does that mean? What does this battle condition mean? I mean, I know it's the place they deploy their troops, but what does that do for the actual battlefield? Maybe it gives them more supply. I don't know. I understand it's their capital. I just don't know what that means in terms of the game. I'm kind of tempted to hold on the well, we don't have the time. That's the problem. Not going to waste money on a balloon because it won't see anything. That is a good point someone mentioned. This is not a bad place to assault in the sense that there's no salient to gum up the assault, but it also means there's no observation point that you can stick a balloon in and it can see much. I mean, we could theoretically throw it here, but even here he's not going to see much. Now the nice thing is, since the enemy is building their trenches out a little bit more, there's a better chance we could see at least their forward trenches here. So I guess we will build a balloon in that case. Light artillery, yes, still 2. We'll just come in behind A. And then heavy artillery, we're going to get a little bit more this time. Because I think that's how they draw their tanks in. We're going to do 4 days of bombardment instead of 6 this time. Save us a little bit of money. We're going to build some machine guns in the event that the enemy decides to try and attack.
Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit. Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle.
Okay.
Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit.
Okay. My heavies are not out of range. Of what? They can hit all of A, they can hit all of the command post, and they can hit all of B. The lights are out of range of portions of A. They can hit most of the command post. And they can hit pretty much most of B. That rear trench line they can't, but the lights can hit a pretty good chunk of that position. And the heavies can hit everything. No air operations this turn because of the weather. Other than, like, balloons can fly. Can you wait for their attacks and just keep using artillery? I could. The problem there is the risk of not having time to take the objective. Because remember, the objective is to take Calais, not just to, you know, win a casualty fight. My general rule of thumb is going to be always to have at least one heavy artillery battery not on cooldown, so I can hit any enemy tanks that we find. So the weather definitely influenced what I can see. I don't see any MGs up front of the command line. Let's take this enemy balloon out. Thanks, Tobe. Well, big credit to Charcoal for running those polls, making sure that there's always a prediction going. Mr. Cheetah. All right, we'll get the balloon. There it goes. Okay. That's a nice little emote there, Charcoal. Right. I kind of wonder, based on my line of sight, if it makes more sense to attack this initial trench line here. The problem is going to be when they call in their damn tanks and they shred us. I could do a siege bombardment. That'll, I think, knock the enemy troops out of their trenches.
Positionen vorbereiten.
Type of gas used face bear. All right. Let's actually take a look at this. How much damage does gas do?
Feuer!
Now that we've got chlorine gas, let's see what it does. Okay, so they lose their morale. I don't see. Are they losing casual? Are they taking casual? Yes. Oh, wow. Yes, they are. Woof. That unit's gone. Won't rain lower the gas attack. It should, in theory, make the gas attack less effective, you mean? Yeah, I mean, like, if it's realistic, it should.
Wir haben neue Befehle. Bereit an der Linie. Warten auf Befehle. An die Linie.
The main issue with gas is it's so damn expensive.
Mannschaften bereit für leichte Sperrfeuerladen. Feuert auf diese Stellung.
They're gonna come back into the gas. They're like, hey, let's get back in our trenches. Okay. Now they're like, maybe we shouldn't be here yet. What's going on over here? Shit. Enemy attack. All right. Just 3 squads of infantry coming forward here. We'll have to keep our eyes open for tanks.
Bereit machen. Wir müssen diese Stellung einnehmen. Achtung! Auf der Feuerstufe bereit machen.
Enemy tank here.
Seid bereit, Koordinaten für Feuerwalze einleiten.
Oh, it's gonna move.
Bereit für Feuerwalze laden. Anfeuern.
Wir haben neue Befehle. Wählt eure Ziele.
I don't like it. Infantry doesn't do anything here by the looks of it. So just get into the damn forward trenches. Already kind of hurts it. Kind of. Not much. That's kind of a little bit disappointing. Artie doesn't really seem to do anything. What about suppression? Holy shit. That seems a little bit problematic. Maybe infantry in trenches can toss grenades at them. It seems like they're a little bit more effective when they're in a trench. All right, we're taking B, at least temporarily. The enemy attack on my center failed miserably. Bring our second wave of the attack forward. So I would have thought Artie would have been effective because I believe historically they used Artie against enemy tanks pretty effectively. Tanks are broken AF. Well, I mean... So these enemy tanks are just MG units, which they're not doing much damage to my troops when they're in their trenches. My troops are wearing these guys down a little bit. Nice if I could, like, actually do a bit more damage. We got a lot of MGs on this map, but they don't have a lot of troops on this objective at the moment. So we're going to get 2 tanks, I think. Largely without loss, which will be nice. I assume tanks are very expensive. Although they are going to knock out one of these squads here, by the looks of it. Whoa! You're going to walk right through that. Yikes. All right, we got one enemy tank. And my reinforcements suffered pretty heavily on their way forward. I think the heavy artillery against the stationary tank actually did help quite a bit. All right, got him. So we got 2 enemy light tanks destroyed. I'm curious. Let's take a look here. This is expensive, but this is a test. An expensive test. Let's see how effective the 80 is a lot. Can we get these two guys in the gas range? Let's see if the gas hurts the enemy MGs. No? Huh. Okay. All right, troops, go knock out these enemy MG nests. Like, I guess they're having a little bit of an effect on one of these MGs by the looks of it, but not much. I want to move my troops in there. I don't have gas masks, so. Oh, enemy assault. Hee. Advance across a gas attack, boys. So it hurts their morale, but it didn't seem like it's interesting. Well, their health starts dropping eventually, but German infantry surrendered? Where? Alright, we broke that counterattack. Let's call in our reserves now. I thought it said I can call reserves in on this position now. Do I have to destroy that last MG nest? Yep, there we go. Now we can. Let's wait till we finish off that MG. Now we can hop right to this next trench system where the command post is. There we go. All right, let's call in these reinforcements now.
Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle. Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst.
Okay, so once those troops are on the map, then we will push our offensive into this enemy trench line here. Let's
Koordinaten für Feuerwalze treffen ein.
That's a lot. I don't know, that's a lot. That's a lot to
Geschütze für Belagerungsbeschuss klar machen. Granaten im Anflug.
Wir haben neue Befehle. In Stellung gehen! Warten auf Befehle.
Oh shit, they're attacking me now that I've reinforced. We caught some of those enemy troops in the open here. Oh, those trench lines are actually linked. Nice. I think those enemy got kicked out, or at least, well, maybe not. I was going to say the enemy got kicked out of their trenches because of the bombardment, but I don't actually think that's what happened. Oh, they're not linked. They just are very close, so they can sidestep into the position. Okay, let's go see if we can take the command post. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Oh my god. There's so many of them. Drop gas on them all. I kind of missed the... I feel like most of the troops are to the south of the gas. They are going to overwhelm me, aren't they? I wish rolling barrages were a little more effective. Like actually weakening the troops that you're hitting. You know, the nice thing is here. Let's pause. The enemy has abandoned their forward trenches here by the looks of it to launch this assault. So let's advance forward and take those trenches. Then if they do this again, our troops will hit them in the flank. Rather than us being hit in the flank. I do not have that much supply left, though. Alright, Gurkha's retreated. We're actually, our small arms fire is doing remarkably well. Okay. We'll hold those troops back, actually. Oh, God. More enemy tanks. At least the right flank of my attack got into position before the enemy showed up.
Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle.
Can I suppress the tank? Does the... It does at least prevent it from shooting by the looks of it. The suppression barrage actually is kind of effective. This should secure my flank as much as I don't want to spend 80 more. My God. Is there any way to win a battle like this? Holy shit. There's just, it's like there's too many troops. The game doesn't know how to play this. Get in the trench, dummies. Oh my God. Yeah, gas is, you're right. I think in terms of launching an assault, gas would be an effective way to like open up the trenches and get them to disrupt their defenses. Not so sure how useful it is when you're actually fighting tanks. All right. Yeah, don't tell me they don't have many reserves left. I can see the damn bar. They obviously aren't that weak. My own morale really doesn't like to fight enemy tanks, huh?
Wir haben neue Befehle. Bereit an der Linie. Warten auf Befehle. An die Linie.
Boy. I think we're going to have to call a ceasefire here. I don't think there's any chance of me winning this battle at this point. I wouldn't mind destroying another enemy tank, though, so let's wait that out. There, got it. Yep, we're not going to win this. Ceasefire time. Another assault on Calais fails. Okay, so we spent 700 gold. The enemy spent 1,400. So actually, the enemy lost more in this fight. We lost about 5,100 troops. The enemy lost 8,000 infantry, 44 raiders, 2 heavy artillery pieces, and 3 light tanks. Okay. So this is considered a minor victory. We also did take one of the 2 objective points, so that's definitely a victory in a sense. In a sense, you know, with all the casualties we're taking, I don't know that it's worth it. But it almost feels like we have to keep pressing because this is where the enemy HQ is. Bombers are one of the better anti-tank weapons in this game. Oof. Interesting. All right, so we are still not pushing forward at Calais. We've got like no spare supply. Let's go ahead and buy some just in case they attack us. And I think we'll have to end the turn again for September to October. And the effectiveness of gas is going to be reduced once they eventually, you know, develop masks. We can go further down the research line to get tech that's even better. But alternatively, it might be about time to start going down the tank route ourselves. Is there, so I'm guessing elite training is, those troops are better against tanks, I would think. We can also get flamethrowers eventually. Really load up. I have plenty of supply. The issue is that the enemy has 10 unit. They've got equally as much supply. Let's go down the trench reinforcements here. And then we can get closer toward tanks ourselves. We're going to take October off. We won't launch an assault here. Where's the enemy spying on me? Epra. November. So both sides just gearing up as far as I can tell. I'm thinking it might, let's do this. Let's, because right now we need a 3 and that we need 8 more research points to get to tanks. Let's do this. Let's spend 1 on better grenades. What's this? After multiple versions of the Mark tanks, the British have fielded an entirely new model. They are calling it the Whippet. It's much faster and it has no gaps in the firing arc. We must destroy these. We get national morale if we destroy 3 Whippets. That's what we've been fighting, isn't it? Swift Iron. Defeat. Okay, that's what we just did. Revolt. What's this? Companies in the region will not follow orders due to battle fatigue and harsh punishments. With this region can defend, it cannot initiate an attack. So they can't attack out of Leon. Is there any penalty to defending? It can defend, it cannot initiate. Well, then it doesn't really help me at all. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this episode of the Great War Western Front. The enemy has tanks. Just great. great. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave your thoughts below. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching. And until next time, I'm out.